Okay, so hi, this is Earth the Stone, Queen of Cards, and I'm here to talk to you about a tarot reading that I did live on the air May 9th, 2014. And this spread really has stuck with me. The call has stuck with me. But really how the cards described the issue that was going on was really stunning to me, and I wanted to share it with you. And I hope to give you an understanding of how I read the cards and how I interpret what they're saying to me. And also, maybe in the process, give you some ideas and some hints on how you can start to look at the cards with a more broad view than just standard definitions. And so at the end of this recording, I'm going to post up the call so you can hear the call and the reading as it happened. And but first I want to talk about the cards, show you the cards as you can see on the screen, and then that way you can kind of understand why I interpreted them the way that I did. So if you can't see each one of these cards, I'll lay them out for you. I'll say them out for you. So first of all, we're doing the Celtic Cross spread, classic Celtic Cross spread, 10 cards. I also always look at the bottom of the deck, whether I'm reading tarot cards or the Lenormand cards. For some reason, it always has a big significance. I noticed early on in my study of the cards. So I always turn that around. I always turn the deck upside down and use that card as part of the reading. And so, in the first position we have the Sun, and crossing the Sun we have the Seven of Cups. Underneath the Seven of Cups, in the Sun combination, we have the Eight of Swords, and to our left we have the Nine of Cups. On top we have the Two of Wands. To the right we have the King of Swords. And then going up the stem of the cross, we have the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Swords, the Four of Wands, and the World. And so the first thing that stands out to me whenever I'm doing any reading is the presentation of the cards. What is the mood of the cards? And specifically with this deck, the Rider-Waite deck, there were certain colors that were used so that whenever the cards were laid out, you can get a clear mood of what was going on. So the first thing I look at is, what is the mood? Was there a predominant color? Is there a predominant number? Is there something that repeats a pattern? Are there a number of threes in the cards? Something that's going to jump out to me and make a big splash. Well, in these cards, it was the amount of swords that were there, wands, and of course, the big thing that kind of stood out for me, it were the high numbers. So we have the Nine of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Swords. And so when the caller asked me about their daughter, the stepdaughter who had been getting into some trouble, the first thing that really stands out to me is that she's in so much trouble, not just in the physical but also in the mental areas, and her actions are causing her to be to have a lot of issues. Looking at the Nine of Cups, which generally is indicated as the wish card or the good stuff happening, I see somebody with an established substance abuse problem. Now, understandably, you can read these cards any kind of way that you want to, and they'll respond to you in the way that you after you develop your own relationship with them. But just think about the historical definitions of this card and how it's drawn, really. You have 9 cups along the back of a table. There's this blue curtain that comes down. There's a sense of hiding something. And we can see that the figure in the card has their arms crossed, as in, I'm here, this is what's going on. To me, it gave me the feeling that there was an established substance abuse problem. And the caller did confirm that there were substance abuse issues. When we look at the sun coming off first off the deck, we see that this is, we'll want to say, well, wow, you know, without looking at anything else, the first card off the deck is the sun. Then we say, well, you know, hey, it can't be that bad because there's the sun there. There's the happiness, it's success, it's victory. But in this case, when you look at these cards and put it together with the question at hand, we can see what the cards are trying to tell us, or tell the reader, that this is about the individual's personality. And we also see with the 7 of Cups that has crossed there, there may be a multiple personality disorder, there may be some type of personality instability. This person hasn't discovered who they are, they're not confident in who they are, they haven't really discovered who they are, and they're trying on these different roles and these different masks to help them to identify who they are. It's a big possibility with that 8 of Swords at the bottom, that trying out all of these different personalities and procedures, you know, has gotten her into so much trouble. She doesn't even know where she's going with this thing right now. Now take a look at the 2 of Wands on top of there. Again, we get those wands that indicate our personality and our creativity, personality type. And there's a split there. And so she's right now, she's looking toward the past and kind of stable in where she's going. What's in the past is that 9 of Cups. So she's looking at continuing this substance abuse, substance misuse, self-medicating behavior, because this is all she knows. There is an opportunity over here to the right-hand side to make a change, but she's not sure. She's so used to and very set in this pattern of behavior that she's been used to. I mean, you can just look at between the 9 and the 8 of the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Swords, that there is the feeling of being stuck or being held into place by something, whether it's her own addiction or the authorities, which we find out later on in the call that she has been put into a place that to kind of try to keep her stable. What concerns me is that 2 of Wands on top, because although she's locked in place and they've got her in a safe spot where they can help her deal with the issues that she's presented and the challenges that she's presented to the family, it concerns me that, yeah, she's there, but look at that 2 of Wands on top. She hasn't left out of either the need for the self-medicating behavior, or she just doesn't have any plans to leave. Either she's going to go along with the program as they indicate and then go right back to what she's doing. We look into the near future and we see King of Swords. Now, for me, because I often use the cards to deal with issues of personality and psychology, spirituality. The King of Swords is a doctor of the mind. You know, he is the master of the mind. And so as I look at these cards, I see a man, a doctor, a psychiatrist, who is able to help her cut through all of this confusion and help her grab a hold of her own life back, her real life back. The Nine of Wands here, she's suspicious of it, you know. And if you compare the Nine of Wands with the Two of Wands, she's holding on to the one wand up in the Two of Wands, holding on to that one wand in the Nine of Wands, because as I look at these cards, I'm seeing that she feels like her problems are so deep, so vast, that there's no help for her. She doesn't see a way out of there. Not only that, the Nine of Wands speaks to paranoia. So again, we have with this personality disorder, this personality conflict, or we have a paranoia. So she looks very skeptically at that King of Swords. But he's very clear, and him coming up in that position, and the rest of the cards tells me that this is the guy for the job. He knows he'll be able to get her where she needs to be. Looking at that Ten of Swords right above that Nine of Wands, is this young lady has exhausted all of her ideas. She's tried everything that she knows how to do. She doesn't know how to get her. She's not going to get out of this thing alone. She needs help. She needs somebody to help come in and do an intervention. And so we see in the Four of Wands a kind of a respite or a rehab or a recovery that can happen. Now, that Four of Wands in that position is hopes and fears. So we can see that although she is used to and familiar with her self-medicating behavior, her own ways of handling things, even though it hasn't worked, she's used to dealing with things in that way. There's a part of her that is willing for recovery. There's a part of her that is willing to do the work. That Four of Wands is in that hopes and fears category. So she's hopeful, you know, although down here in the Nine of Wands she looks a little worn out, stressed out, and paranoid. There's still a part of her that is hopeful that she'll have an opportunity to get free of this. And that Four of Wands is such an open, generous energy, but she's not there alone. You know, she's there with support. And then we at the end of the reading, we see the World card. Now, how I interpret the World card in this spread is that this situation is going to mark the rest of her life. Now, the Two of Wands tells me that right now things are in between. They could go either way. If she can get this doctor, if she can learn to trust this doctor, this psychiatrist, this doctor of the mind, if she can learn slowly to trust him to help her out and work the rehab program, work the recovery program, this situation will change her life. Looking at that Eight of Coins that sits at the bottom of the deck, it comes up, it's just showing that, look, this is going to take some time, it's going to take a lot of work, but she's able to do it, she has the ability to do it, and if she does do it, she can turn her whole situation around. And so I was very stunned, again, with how the cards presented this problem to me, because I had never seen so many swords and so many wands and cups and, you know, these high number cards come up and it's such a dramatic presentation of a situation that in itself pretty traumatic. This young lady's been through a lot. If I were to take a guess that she's dealing with some sort of I said personality disorder, but we also see that there's an abundance of thoughts, so perhaps racing thoughts. Perhaps it's her thought environment that is causing her the problem with personality. So we could have a schizophrenia, we could have a bipolar disorder, and sitting at the top of this reading is the Two of Wands. So we have the two poles. So when I give the reading to the stepmother who called in, this is what I'm seeing off the bat, that there's possibly a bipolar issue here, and if she can get the right treatment, it will change her life. Really good stuff in here, really difficult stuff in here too, but if she does the work, she can be released from the prison of her thoughts and the prison of her actions, and go on to do such beautiful things. So that's my interpretation of the cards and how they came up for me in this reading. And so I hope it's been helpful to you, and I'll be back on the air again soon, and I look forward to talking to you, and I wish you all the best. I am Miss Eartha Stone, Queen of Cards, and I'm going to wish you a very blessed and wonderful day. Take care, everybody. I have a caller with the last four of 7317. You're on the air.
Hi, hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you? What is your name?
I'm well. My name is Keita.
Hi, Keita.
Hi. I had a question. My stepdaughter is in foster care. She's kind of out of control, so she ended up in care. And I'm wondering, do you see her being reunited with family, or does she kind of just spend the rest of her, time in care? But I heard earlier that you only read a couple months out, so I guess, what is it, 3 to 6 months?
Yes, 3 to 6 months.
Okay.
And we can take a look and see what's going on.
Okay.
What is your sign?
I'm an Aquarius.
Okay, and what is her sign?
She's a Virgo.
Okay. Is she involved with drinking or drugs or something?
As far as we know, it's just marijuana. I mean, I don't know of anything else other than marijuana and probably alcohol and cigarettes.
Okay. Because I'm seeing the wow. There's a lot going on here. Okay. You said you were an Aquarius. You was a Virgo.
I'm sorry.
You said you were an Aquarius and she was a Virgo.
Yep. And she's a Virgo. Yep.
All right. Okay. I see an established pattern of drinking. I'll put it like this: substance. So I don't know which one she's more dedicated to, but she is.
Right.
It's an established problem. Is she getting any kind of? She needs intervention. She needs some type of help. She needs some type of therapy. She needs some type of rehab, something, because she's got a lot going on here.
So the state has intervened. She's no longer with her maternal relatives. She's now in a foster care, like in a home, not like a group home, but like like a specialized home. So for like the last month, there would be no drinking, there would be no smoking, there would be none of that. So now that intervention piece has come about.
Okay. But I'm seeing that there's still some other issues now. Of course, when somebody has this type of behavior, there's something deeper going on. So I don't know if you guys have her. Somebody needs to get her to a therapist as soon as possible. It will change her life. She needs it.
Okay.
When I'm looking at these cards, I'm looking at the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is a mind doctor, a psychiatrist, somebody who can intervene and help her. She's got an overload of thoughts. She's overthinking. She's overdoing. She's medicating. It's possible that she has maybe a bipolar or some type of mind issue that causes racing thoughts. She can't get this under control on her own. I'll put it like that. She needs help with this. And keeping her confined, away from it, that's okay, but she still has that deeper issue that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
I'm really looking at the overabundance of thoughts. It's a mind, racing thoughts, or she's overwhelmed. I've never seen the cards come up like this. She needs a doctor. Yeah. It's overwhelming what's going on here, and with her having that energy, I'm sure it's overwhelming for the family to deal with her.
Right. So do you see within the next, like, the time frame that you read out of, do you see that she's going to be there in care, or is she, like, going to be transitioned back to the family?
All I see is that this girl needs some help. I see her. Okay. What I see right now is I've got this card, the Eight of Swords, and she's in a cage of swords. So she's kind of confined right now, but it's not taking care of the issue. The cards give me the King of Swords saying there needs to be somebody. Let me ask you a question. What is your husband's sign?
He's a Scorpio.
Okay. It's possible. If you guys can get her in, I'll put it like this. The cards are saying if you can get her in, she's on the fence right now as far as which way her life can go. If you can get her the help that she needs, it will absolutely change her life.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see any movement or her in these cards. I don't see her going anywhere else. She's kind of stuck where she's at and stuck where she's in her head also.
Well, maybe that's what she needs to be, stuck for a little bit. I think for me, it's kind of, I'm very motherly, so I'm like, no, we have to keep it with the family. But if this is the best thing for her, then it's the best thing for her. Yeah. To be stuck so that she can get clear and get the help that she needs.
I want to be clear that she's not going to get clear unless she gets some help. So there has to be.
Well, they're going to make her get help. Like, that's kind of not an option. So where she's at now, they're gonna make her.
Okay. If that happens, you guys will see a complete change in this child. The cards go from seeing this doctor set in, or whoever this guy is who can come in and help her, helping her get all of this under control. But it depends on her being able to get that help. That's why I keep saying that.
Right.
It will absolutely change the course and the way that she's going.
Okay. So it sounds like we leave her and let her get the help not leave her, but you know what I mean? Like, not pull her out so that she can get the help that she needs.
Right.
Okay.
She's pretty in deep with what she was involved with.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yeah. These are heavy. These cards are heavy. I do want to say that it seems like a self-medicating thing. Whatever's going on inside of her, that she was using,
right.
She's using those substances to cover that up. And now that she's stuck and can't get that, now she's got to deal with the issues that she was trying to cover up.
Right.
Yeah.
And getting someone who can help her process through those feelings and through those emotions is very essential. I get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I wish you luck, and I'm sending you my prayers for her and everyone. Everything gets harmonized and handled in the best way possible.
Thank you, Miss Arthur. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Take care. Have a good weekend.
You too.